And welcome back to part 8 of What If Naruto Were an Uchiha. So just to address a couple things real quick, as I tend to do, I've been seeing a lot of debate about the whole Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, what the requirements are for it, and will I be giving Naruto the Eternal Mangekyo? So I actually went and looked it up, like on the official, not fans, but no, like the wiki with like the legit information from the series, and there's been debates like, does it need to be your brother? Could it just be a clansman? And to get an Eternal Mangekyo, it does say that blood route, like direct blood route, like a brother, is ideal, but it's not necessarily always the case. That said, unless for some reason I kill Sasuke off in this fight, or I feel a need to just rotate their eyes out or something like that, I don't really have any intention at the moment to give Naruto specifically. Also remember, Itachi's still Sasuke's biological brother, so in theory, if he should get an Eternal, it should be from Itachi. So there is that. But yes, at some point, spoiler, I do intend to give Naruto at the very minimum the Mangekyo. But again, that won't be for a certain amount of time. At least a good 3-4 videos minimum. It all depends on where we get in the story. But quick question, because I've had a quick thing to bring up. I've been having a conversation with someone about this, about my pronunciation. Yeah, I butcher names sometimes. The one I seem to be having the biggest trouble with is Madara's name. I keep saying Madara, which frankly, it's easier to say Madara, but I know it's not. I believe it's Madara. It's like Ma and then Dara. I have no idea. Someone made a point saying, like, dude, you've been saying Dudara the whole time for Datara's name from the Akatsuki. I'm like, what? I can't find the... you'll have to point out the video where I said Dudara. I may have gotten Datara's name wrong once or twice, but I'm almost certain I never said Dudara. But the whole Jirobo thing, okay, there's no excuse for that. I was saying Jidambo, or Jiro. I was either saying Jirobo. I think I was saying Jidambo a lot of the time. But the thing is, I wasn't mispronouncing the name. I was just saying the wrong name. Jidambo is a character from Bleach. And when you actually look at the spelling of Jidambo and Jirobo, they are very similar. And therefore, because I think they're both J-I-R, and then they end with B-O. So they're both really similar in that sense. So I apologize for that. But yeah, I'm going to mispronounce things. Pronounce. I'm going to mispronounce things a lot of time. It's just kind of the problem I have as the person I am. I do my best to pronounce things the way I can, but anyway, I digress. Just wanted to get that out of the way, like the little bit of house cleaning I do at these videos. There might have been something else I was going to bring. Oh, yeah. I think I brought up in the last one, but yeah, don't worry. Kurama's still in the story. It's just he hasn't had any need to show up. So anyway, last time we just got done with the preliminary matches. Now we're going into the actual training. Now, Naruto is looking for Kakashi, so he could translate. Kakashi Sensei, okay, wait, we need to get started training right now. And Kakashi kind of looks at Naruto and is like, sorry, Naruto. Well, normally I would, but it's like, what do you mean, but? And then he kind of sees Sasuke there, and just like, even Sasuke's kind of got both a smile, but like, well, it's like, oh, crap, Sasuke, you got to him first, didn't you? Well, I mean, I was just closer to him. And he's like, damn it. Can't you trade us both? No, Naruto, I can't trade you both. You'll both know exactly what the other's bringing to the fight then. And Naruto has to kind of, surrender. Like, all right, damn it. He's got a point on that. So Naruto's like, well, what am I supposed to do? Well, don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. I prepared a couple scrolls for you, a couple techniques you can learn, a couple exercises just in case. Now, you're maybe wondering, why isn't he saying, I found you an even better teacher, and that's Ebisu? First off, yeah, Naruto still probably had that encounter with Ebisu, so don't worry about that. I think I glossed over that, but he still met Konohamaru. He still probably took a silly photo, but probably not as bad as he initially did. I saw that whole thing with Konohamaru. But why didn't he go with Ebisu? Well, And the original, he bit in Kakashi, and let's be honest, Kakashi kind of, he didn't belittle's not right, underestimated Naruto. Like, he didn't give Naruto the full credit I think he could have. Like, he didn't train Naruto as seriously as he did Sasuke. And that was his own personal bias in the original series, let's be honest. But he gave Naruto to Ebisu because he says the fundamentals are fundamental, and yours could use work. It's like his bare bone, like just chakra control. It was crap. Even without the seal, it was crap. But he has so much chakra that was just the case. Naruto's fundamental, well, he's still not probably nowhere near like Sakura in terms of chakra control or Sasuke. They're very much on a much higher level than they were in the original series. So I don't think he'd actually feel the need to give Naruto to Ebisu. I think really he'd still probably give him like the water walking chakra control exercise so he'd learn it. But because it'd be around that time he should learn it. But he'd probably give him a couple jutsu, which I'll definitely go over what jutsu I gave to Kakashi for him to give to Naruto. But yeah, and then Naruto was like, all right, thanks, Kakashi said that. Maybe I'll ask the old man real quick if he can maybe find someone to train me out. Someone else to train me. Oh, that's not a bad idea. I mean, unfortunately, it's like timing and everything else. So, all right, no, that's fine, whatever. All right, just make sure. It's like, yo, Sasuke, just make sure you train hard because I'm coming for you. So, and then Sasuke just gives him a look. He's like, you better believe it. You just better train yourself. Don't want to beat you too quickly. To which Naruto also says before he goes, just be wary of that Gaara guy. Because he's got that look on his face like they saw his fight with Lee. They met Gaara. They both know this is not a guy we want to F with if we can help it. And Sasuke takes the smile kind of drops a little bit as he goes, right. So Naruto's about to leave. Then he quickly asks, oh wait, Kakashi says, what about Sakura? It's like, oh yeah, Sakura. Well, I already arranged that one. I was able to arrange someone for. Sakura is definitely finding a talent using the genjutsu I taught her. So I figured saying as she wasn't training Shino for right now, that she could train with Kurenai, who was probably the best genjutsu user in the entire village. It's like, oh sweet, I can't wait to see what she's gonna bring to the table. Right on. So Naruto takes a quick trip over, asks if he could just take a few minutes to see the Hokage. At this point in the series, by the way, that's not the right sentence to say. In this version of the story, I think Naruto, because I'm currently typing in Sakura right now to make sure I know what chocolate elements are. I always have to revisit that just in case. Naruto always had a good relation with the third. Let's be clear about that. But he probably has, since Saratoga is one of the only people who knows about the Sharingan, probably has a bit more of a working relationship with Naruto. Like Naruto goes to see him a bit more often. So he briefly stops in, says hi. It's like, oh no, Naruto, what, my boy? Shouldn't you be getting ready to train? Oh yeah, and I'm actually getting ready. That's actually kind of here to talk to you about. Because Saratoga Joe's like, I hate to disappoint you. You know I can't train as the Hokage. I have to remain at least somewhat impartial. So no, I wasn't going to ask you to train me. Although that would have been awesome, being trained by the Hokage. You would have been sweet. But no, I'm just wondering if you could maybe give me anything, tips, or maybe someone to help, help me improve. Kakashi gave me a couple jutsu to learn, and have you looked them over yet? No, I haven't. Let me take a look at them real quick, Naruto. And then he looks at the jutsu that Kakashi gave him. Again, I'm not revealing what they are yet. Don't get too excited. They're nothing that impressive, but it just adds Naruto's repertoire overall. By the way, Naruto did not copy any jutsus in the preliminaries, believe it or not. He didn't have his Sharingan activated most of the time, so there was no point on... and there's really, when you break it down, there weren't a lot of like hand seals techniques in the entire tournament and preliminaries. When you actually think about that, there really wasn't anything. He might have been able to copy the chakra absorbing technique from Yoroi, or I can't remember how to pronounce that name. Or the soft body modification technique. But Naruto could try to copy the clone jutsu from Sakura, but if he could do that, he would have done it already. And frankly, he just doesn't have the chakra control for that. We are aware of that. Yeah, I'm going through all the list of the combatants. There's, besides maybe like Choji's expansion jutsu, which does have a hand seal. Uh, there's nothing in terms of jutsu that Naruto could have copied. But Sarutobi's looking it over, he's like, not a bad little list of jutsu here. But he's also thinking about something else. Like, I'll tell you what, Naruto. If you can master these jutsu before the end of the last week, or if you can get these jutsu done last week, I'll throw one more jutsu in. Actually, no, I can think of it better. He would actually write something in there. He writes the seal for something in there, and just was like, "What are you doing?" Decided to give you one little extra boost, Naruto. If you can come back to me in 3 weeks, if you have mastered the 3 jutsu in these 2 weeks, I will release I will surprise you with an extra jutsu. After all, if what's the best way for me to put this sentence? After all, mastering 3 jutsu over the course of 3 weeks is not an easy feat. And Sarutobi knows Naruto knows the Shadow Clone Jutsu. He just doesn't know if Naruto knows the real benefit of the Shadow Clone Jutsu. So, because let's be clear, Naruto could theoretically master all those jutsu in a week if he knew the true secret behind the Shadow Clone right now, but he doesn't. So he's just wondering if Naruto will instinctively just kind of use some extra clones for training and all that. But yes, if you can master, I will throw one extra jutsu in there. It'll be a very cool. It's like, well, I don't know. Oh man, I mean, that sounds awesome, but I just don't know if I can do it. And then Naruto's like, it'll be really cool, Naruto. It's like, all right, sweet. I'm going out there. Don't worry, I'll have that done in a week. Of course you will, my boy. Because Sarutobi, I think, always did look at Naruto in a very, kind of the wild grandson way. It just wasn't really well illustrated a lot of time in the series. But again, as someone who's read a lot of fan fictions because he was bored, I definitely get the more paternal instinct from Sarutobi, seeing him as a grandson in some way. So now the training begins. They all go off on their separate. Obviously, Sasuke and Kakashi are doing their own training. I won't have to go into that. We know exactly what they trained with. Sakura and Kurenai and Naruto and himself. Now, why haven't I brought Jiraiya into this? Well, Jiraiya is certainly in the village. He is. But the scenario for him meeting Jiraiya is not the same scenario. Like, not at all. Because he has no reason to go to the bathhouse, honestly. So Naruto instead goes to an area that's got a stream because he ends up looking at the techniques in there, and water walking is one of them. So, all right, a stream, so he'll be able to train on that. Plus, he realizes that if I have my Sharingan active at the time and use the jutsu, I'm doing three measures of chakra control at once. That's a lot of chakra exercises. So Naruto begins his training. Now, what are the jutsus that Kakashi gave him? Well, 2 of them are going to be pretty easy for Naruto to get down. One of them's going to take a little bit more work. And those are, Kakashi put a little message underneath each one. I gave you this one's the Fire Style Phoenix Flower Jutsu. I see how that was one of Sasuke's techniques. It's like, Kakashi even says, that's right, it's one of Sasuke's techniques. He's like, how do you do that? Anyway, and basically explains this, the technique and all that. So Naruto tries it out one time and just, Fire Style Phoenix Flower Jutsu, tries it out. He gets a decent little, shot off with it the first time. Does it a few more times, like, oh, right, that's right. We're going to be practicing with that later on. Then he goes into the next one. It's like, futon. I know people kind of get, I've had one person get up and say, stop saying futon when you're saying the other elements in English. To be fair, that's a legitimate point. I just think futon kind of actually sounds fine. Wind style Gale Palm. It's like, well, this is actually, and Kakashi knows, this is actually the technique you should have learned before learning the Great Breakthrough. But the Great Breakthrough is actually an advanced version of this technique. And he explains it, and it's like, if you actually learn, get it down well enough, you probably won't even need hand signs for it. It's the most basic of the wind jutsu. And he basically, Naruto does the hand sign, does it, just poof, Gale Palm, poof. And so now he knows how to practice that, so he'll be spending time practicing with that. The last one, I feel like Kakashi would have wanted to play to all Naruto strikes. So he knows Wind Jutsu. He knows Fire Jutsu. What's the other trademark Naruto has? The Shadow Clone Jutsu. So the question is, what should I give him? The Exploding Shadow Clone or the Shadow Clone Shuriken Jutsu? I went with the Shadow Clone Shuriken Jutsu. Now the reason for that is, it's explaining Kakashi's little note. It's basically the Shadow Clone equivalent of the Shuriken equivalent of the multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu. And, Naruto does this. He throws a Shuriken, and about 3 other Shuriken pop out, and he realizes, Naruto says that once you master this technique, you might be able to make hundreds, if not thousands of Shuriken at once. And you can use it in conjunction with both your Wind style technique and your Phoenix Fire style technique. To which Naruto realizes that that's right. Sasuke used to hide kunai in there. So, yeah, you can, because that's the way that Sasuke can hide kunai within the fire style, heating up the kunai too. And basically, it's a nice little secondary trickery, secondary offensive attack. So, Naruto, I will say Sakura. Naruto gets to work on those jutsus. Now, cut over to Sakura. What is Sakura doing? Well, not only is she working on her genjutsus, because which Kurenai even says, you've got quite the app for it, but a ninja can't survive on one single technique alone. What about Lee? Lee can't use chakra, so he had to learn taijutsu. You, on the other hand, are more than capable of knowing more than just one type of ninja technique. So she actually decides to use the chakra paper to find out what her element is. And it said, now the official said, official information says that she has both water and earth, which does make sense. I would have put her on fire, frankly, maybe like earth and fire, but earth and water makes sense. And now we never see her use either of them except for, let's see here, chakra control. I'm pretty certain she used earth, water. Yeah, I mean, we never see her use any of them, but, her chakra element, I think her predominant one, like when they show it on the list and the official, site, I think it's supposed to be an earth, so I think earth is her predominant one. And Kurna says, oh, you have an earth type to chakra. Fascinating. Well, then this will get you started, and she just throws her to scroll for the mud wall. I'm sure she had a jutsu on call for any of them just in case, but she starts her on the mud wall, and that's where her training goes. So we cut over to about a week and a half later, going on the second week. Naruto is actually, the wind jutsu was nothing. Naruto had no problem doing the Gale Palm. Naruto also, not realizing it, has learned to train with the clones a little bit. He just felt like, man, maybe these guys can help me out. He doesn't make the huge amounts he makes when he's training for the other, the wind chakra and the Shippuden, but he makes at least 10 to 20, and he splits them up a little bit. You 10 work on this, you 10 work on that, I'll work on this. So Naruto has really gotten now. He can do just the Gale Palm. Frankly, he still needs to make a hand sign, but he can make that one hand sign and he just Gale Palms someone. That, and Naruto's really super happy about that. The Phoenix Flyer Jutsu as well. He's got that down pretty well. Fire's more his secondary element, but it's still a super strong element combined with wind, so he's got that down pretty well. He is struggling, though, because it is much finer chakra control with the Shadow Clone Shuriken Jutsu. Granted, again, his chakra control is much better in this version than it is in the original, but he's still struggling with it very much. He's also practicing with his Sharingan when he can. But yeah, he can make up to 20 Shuriken or that, but he's if I'm gonna say I got this jutsu down, I want to get at least 100 down here. He's just practicing his heart out. At this point now, he's just got a couple clones, just fine-tuning the jutsus he's already knows and learned. He's got a river there, so he brushes up on using the water wall technique. And because remember, he's got that technique, he just really hasn't had a chance to use that. At one point, however, we hear something go, oh, you son of a damn it all! It's what? It's hey kid, what are you doing over here? Can't you see I'm trying to get some work done? I was I'm sorry, who are you? The question is, who are you to just be busting wind? Hey, I'm training for the tuning exams, old man. I don't need any lip. And you're the one, what were you doing over there anyway? And all of a sudden he sees some of the girls in the bathroom. I was like, you were spying on them, you perv! He's like, well, hey, I wasn't spying. It was all perfect research. I am an artist. I am a true auteur. And you were just a lowly brat. You have no idea what it's like to be so wanted in the world for your creativity and your manliness. What the hell are you talking about? Don't you clearly don't know who I am. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Gallion Toad Sage of Mayubuko. The Gallion Jiraiya! Okay. Why should I know you? Oh, please, everyone. They just kind of clapped. How dare you not give me the respect I deserve? How would you put it? Yeah, you disrespectful little brat. Ugh. But that being said, Jiraiya's not stupid either. He knows this is Naruto. Like, come on. Did he not know that was Naruto? Let's be honest. He's a dead ringer for his dad. It's like, all right, well, look, whatever. I need to get back to work. So, sorry, but go perv somewhere else. I'm busy. To which Jiraiya's actually a little taken back. Like, he would have expected Naruto to be like, you're interrupting my training or something like that. You owe me something. Which, remember, Naruto did. But to be fair, Jiraiya did completely knock out his teacher. So, yeah, Jiraiya actually did kind of owe him a bit. But it seems like, and to which Jiraiya's kind of like now looks on because he knows this is Naruto. He's like, so tell me, what exactly are you working on? Well, not any of your business, the pervy sage. Jiraiya's like, don't call me that. It's like, well, stop being one. I won't call you it. He's like, I am not a pervert. I am not a little pervert. I'm a big one. I was laughed my ass over that line. So Jiraiya says, what are you working on? I'm just brushing up technique. I'm trying to get this one down. The old man said if I can get these techniques down by 3 weeks, he'd let me in on what he'd actually give me really good techniques. Like, oh, really? And then he looks at the scroll he learned and he sees it's Sarutobi's work. He's like, oh, the old man has taken an interest in Naruto. He did mention. So I'm wondering. Because I'm sure Jiraiya's met with a third at this point, that he knows Naruto actually has the Sharingan. So, it's a putt. So tell me. I actually have a pretty good working relationship with the third. He actually was my teacher. Wait, really? The third trained you? Oh, that's right. Me and my team are known far and wide. Me and my former teammates are known far and wide as the legendary Sannin. To which that does ring a slight bell in Naruto's mind. Like the legendary. Wait, I've heard about that. Oh yes, we survived the great battle against the salamander Hanzo. Oh, that was the character's name. And we earned our titles with pride. Oh, indeed we are. We are something magnificent. There's no way he could be that proud. He summons the toad to prove his point. And it's like, I told you, I'm the toad sage in Mayubuku, the mighty Jiraiya. And it's like, wow, holy crap. So, well then, could you maybe at least give me a pointer or two? I mean, come on. It's like, oh, sure, kid. But tell me, is it true what the third said? I mean, I'm pretty trusting. And you can trust him, but it's true what the third said about those eyes of yours? And it's like, Naruto's kind of confused a little bit. Just, oh, yeah, I mean, you mean this. Boo. And he goes, well, I'll be damned. You really, your father really was Uchiha. Wait, you knew my father? Yeah, I knew him. He was a fantastic ninja. So, but I never would have expected that. I guess there's a lot we didn't know about his parentage. And so, wow, I was like, wow, I don't suppose you could help me out all this. Unfortunately, no. Training someone to use the Sharingan wouldn't be my forte as someone who's never trained in the Uchiha in his life. But I could probably give you a couple pointers. Now Jiraiya realizes that we're already in close to the third week. We've got 2 weeks left. He probably can't start Naruto on trying to train with the Fox Chakra right now. There's just not enough time. But he said, yeah, I can give you a hand here. So, what am I doing wrong with the chakra? Like, I want to try to get to at least 100 of these. And he does a Shadow Shuriken Jutsu again. It's like he's the president. Oh, wow, 100 of those in under 3 weeks? And 3 weeks, that's a impressive goal you've given yourself. But I must say, for someone so young, just shoots at that advance, you've come a long way. Yeah, but what's the? Well, I mean, it's going to sound a little kind of a practice, kid. You got to fine tune your chakra though. You have to know how much it's going to take, how much chakra and how much control it's going to take to make each separate copy of the shuriken. And so he gives that advice, and he looks after Naruto for a little bit, and eventually Naruto does get to it. So Naruto then goes to meet the third one more time for that final week. And it's like, Naruto, my boy, you're here. Is it possible that you were able to do it? Oh yeah, I could. I'd show you, but probably not the best place to. Indeed, why don't I take a brief lunch break and you can show me? And he goes, and they go to the train. Naruto's got his lunch. Even Jiraiya's there. Oh, Jiraiya, I see you two have finally met. Yeah, me and him had a bit of a run-in. He's an interesting kid. So he sits down and he shows off that he can do the Gale Palm, quite frankly, with just one hand size. Well, that's impressive indeed. But seeing as he learned the Great Breakthrough first, it's not surprising. Then Naruto does the Phoenix Fire Jutsu. What's Phoenix Fire Jutsu? Fire Style. Phoenix Flower Jutsu, sorry. And then he does a Shadow Clone Shuriken Jutsu and does it to 100. And now Naruto's like, that is impressive indeed. I mean, you certainly have a long ways to go to master technique, but you've certainly become an adequate user of it. Well, as promised, I will unlock it. I think you've earned this, Naruto. And then, Jiraiya's just like, what is the technique you were planning, old man? Well, I know you would have liked him to inherit his father's contract, but I thought it was prudent to expand his horizons a little bit. And to which he actually does say, is like, oh, you mean, so you're actually going to give him the contract for that? No, you're actually going to give him that contract, unless you want to argue the point about it. And this is where Jiraiya's kind of like, it would have been nice for him to learn the Toad contract, but the monkeys aren't bad either. So basically, he goes over to Naruto, just says, poof, and summons. We don't know a lot of the monkeys, admittedly. We know a couple of them. Enma, obviously, being the big chief summon for him. I know Konohamaru, the monkey summoning contract. Let me see. He's summoning. Summoning. Contract. Okay. All right. Okay, that's not. Okay, so yeah, Enma. I know I've seen Konohamaru. Let's go with Monkey King Enma, and then just backtrack from there. This one's gone a little bit longer than I have. Okay, species summon monkey. Okay, there we go, monkey. So how many members of the monkey? Okay, maybe not because that just was sending me to Wikipedia for monkey. Summoning. All right. Summoning technique. There we go. Soft redirect. And then it will give us basically, okay, so where is the monkey summoning technique? No one summoning domains. Come on, you got to give me a list of summoning. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Oh, don't tell me it's going to lead me just straight to... Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll have to look up the actual individual monkeys later. But I need this to say that whoever the Seal Monk carrier is, be it Enma or someone else, they show up. And they go, Saratobi, it's been a while. What do you do? We'd like to add a new contract maker. Or a new participant onto the contract. He's like, oh, this kid, huh? Yeah, sure, why not? We haven't had a new heir in a while, but is he a Saratobi? No, but I like to... No, but he is someone of close. But he is someone of a close. He is someone close enough to me that I feel I can trust him with it. All right, kid, you want to be part of the monkey? I imagine you talk kind of like Amakichi. You want to be a part of? You want to be a monkey? Someone? All right, so, sweet monkey. Cool. Wait, what can the monkeys do? Oh, we got plenty of techniques, kid. But only if you're willing to learn them. And so Naruto, signs the contract, and he practices it a couple times. And I do think he summons Enma on the first go because, let's be honest, a boss summon for contract, a boss summon probably has to take the most chakra, I imagine. But I also have to believe that the size of the animal factors into it. Like, for instance, Kakashi's dogs, they probably actually don't take that big a chakra. So, to summon. So I have to believe that, like, the monkeys, well, Emma's a bigger dude and probably a lot more effective of a fighter like the dogs and stuff. He doesn't take a huge amount of chakra as opposed to someone like Bunta or Katsuya or Manda. So, yeah, I would say that, Enma comes out after a couple attempts and they interact. And Emma even says, like, we'll see how it. He's probably a lot more. Think word here. It's probably a lot more easygoing and accepting compared to Bunta was. But anyway, that's where we're going to leave. Naruto has gained the monkey summoning contract, leading into the final rounds of the tournament. So, or the tuning exams. So that's where we're going to leave it off at part 8, going into the final exams. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll get to it at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I got a who would win to do today later on, but I'm going to save that for later. And I got another what if in a box office tomorrow. Thanks for watching. See you later.